We are going into the 5th year in Washington, and we have been kicked out of the playoffs in the first round for 3 straight years, and I am sick of it. What is going on, guys, and welcome back to our Washington Capitals Legend Be a GM mode, where I am frustrated. I took about a week off from this GM mode because I've tried everything to make the team win. I'm going to try one more thing, and that is going to be not blowing up the team. Surprisingly, as much as I wanted is to trade everyone and say fuck it, we're starting over, we're going to do a rebuild, that's not going to happen. We are going to say goodbye to a few players. I have a few ideas of who I want to go not only trade for, who I want to draft, maybe work within free agency. So really quickly here, what I want to do is I want to have a look at who could potentially be a free agent for next year. And you see here, let's go to overall. So there is some big names. Drew Doughty, Tyler Seguin, Ryan Johansson, Erik Karlsson. Could you imagine? Just wait a second. Just picture this in your head. Erik Karlsson and Sergei Zubov playing on the same defensive pairing. Oh my god, I want that so badly. Victor Hedman, Ryan McDonough. I'm not saying all these guys are going to be in free agency, but if one of these players is, not saying a particular forward, more of a defenseman, I think a point-scoring defenseman could be something that we really need. And I'm not saying that Sergei Zubov isn't doing a good job, but no one put up points in the playoffs, and Ville Pokka and Noah Hannafin, they're not big point-producing guys. Erik Karlsson is. I think having, look at that, 10 points in 15 games last year in the postseason. I think having Erik Karlsson would be awesome. I'm not saying it's going to happen, but if somehow it does, I think we may have to make a run for that, and that would mean trading one of our defensemen. But anyways, before that happens, I'm obviously super frustrated, and what the hell are we going to do with this team? So I'm thinking, I'm going to go through here and say who we're going to keep. So Julio Billa, we're definitely going to keep. I know there was a lot of comments in the last video where we got kicked out in the first round again by the New York Islanders. A lot of people saying, dude, don't worry about the team. It was Julio Billa. He's only 84 overall. And I agree, but I don't agree. And there's a lot of people saying, dude, just go out and go trade for another goalie. What are you doing? No way. We're sticking with Julio Billa. He's the man. He's going to be 86, 87, maybe 88 overall next year. So I'm not going to go ahead and trade for another goalie. We're sticking with Julio Billa. He's the man. Paul Bittner, he is going to be the guy who is going to be hopefully jumping up to a top 6 role this year. Jonathan Drouin, I'm still expecting good things out of him. Top minutes, of course. Alex Edler could be traded potentially if we were to go ahead and get a player like Erik Karlsson or Drew Doughty. Brian Elliott is gonzo. Alex Galchenyuk is gone. Surprisingly, I'm going to trade Alex Galchenyuk, and that is only because Evgeny Malkin has been so clutch for us. He has 100 points last year. He is going to be on this team. He's a leader, and Alex Galchenyuk should be a first liner on an NHL team. So I'm actually going to go hop into the draft here, and we're thinking we have like the 26th or 25th. Yes, we have a 25th overall pick, and I'm going to make a move here, and I don't know who it's going to be to or who we're going to trade to what team or what team's going where, but it is going to be Alex Galchenyuk. You can see here Malkin's got the big cap hit. That's totally fine for the next 4 years. He's only 32 years old, and he's elite. He is elite as it gets. He's a leader on this team. 40 goals last year. We're keeping him, and we're keeping Parise too. A lot of people are saying, dude, you gotta trade away Parise. You gotta do it. I'm not convinced that trading them is the right option. They have 1, if not 2 years left to win a Stanley Cup. I gotta get Parise his cup, and Malkin needs his 3rd ring. It's gotta happen, and I'm doing it with this team. So quickly, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna say goodbye to Alex Galchenyuk. He should be a first liner in the NHL, and he's not. He's not getting the first line minutes. That's why he's only just cracking 60 points, not even, and that's not good enough. He's 25 years old. This guy should be a stud in the NHL. Now the problem is trading him to a team that is in need of a first line center, because everyone has 94, 98, 88. You see what I'm saying? It's going to be hard to find a suitable team for Alex Galchenyuk, but I am going to hang on to Evgeny Malkin, and we have players like Joe Veleno coming up, who is going to be a top 2 centerman for us down the road. So we have prospects. I think I want to draft a centerman, though. That's going to be my main thing this year with our first round pick, 25th overall. We are going to draft a centerman. And there's not many people we have to re-sign either, so we're going to have some cap room. We're going to have a lot of cap room, actually. We got to re-sign Alex Edler, who is 60 to 70% going to be traded. I'm going to sign him, and then we're going to trade him. Joe Pavelski is going to be gone. Lindbergh is kind of interesting. He's 81 overall. He's probably going to be our 4th line center this year. So we're going to go ahead and trade Devin Shore, because I'm going to go with the young kid. I'm going to go with Brendan Lindbergh. It's kind of funny, actually. It's kind of weird to see a 3-star player get into the 80s. And look at his skating category. Oh my god. This guy's made to be a 4th liner. 93 discipline. That's unreal. So that's kind of my plan. And look, we have no big names to re-sign. Paul Bittner, Matt Finn, and Alex Edler. And we also have to re-sign Julio Villa, but he's going to be cheap. And you can see he's already 85 overall. So he is going to be 86, 87 overall next year. So now what we got to do is we got to find, I know I'm talking fast, we have to go ahead, and I just want to get this done because I want to start the year next year, and I want to win a cup. We're poised to win a cup. We have players in their prime. We have a up-and-coming goaltender. We have it all. We are ready to win a Stanley Cup. So what I want to do here is I want to go find a team that needs a first liner, and I mean, they don't need him. You can see they do not need Alex Galchenyuk. They have a 95 overall player. Not going to happen. They could use a first liner, but I have to get somebody back, and I don't really want Ryan Nugent-Hopkins. He's cheap, actually, 87 overall, 26 years old, 53 points. That's definitely an option. That's definitely an option. Carolina, they have Monahan and Bergeron, even though Monahan hasn't signed yet. Chicago's got Mike Modano. No, thank you. They got Matt Sundin. Columbus has a 97 and a 95. They do not need Alex Galchenyuk. Dallas has 2 90s. No. Detroit. Oh, hold on here. Detroit. Okay, they have Matt Duchene, who is making $6 million, 1 year left. Okay, is he listed as a first liner? He may only be a second liner. He is listed as a second liner. Okay, hold on here. Matt Duchene and Alex Galchenyuk. Okay, so we're going to have to re-sign him this year. That's not the worst thing ever. So if they could have Galchenyuk and Brassard, that's a pretty good 1-2 punch down the middle. Instead of having Duchene and Brassard, that's definitely a large upgrade, and I think we're going to be able to sign him for around $5 million because he does have 1 year left on his contract. We could probably snag a small prospect. I don't think we're going to get a second. No, that trade value would be way too much. Let's have a look at Matt Duchene, though. He is the perfect second-line center, in my opinion. He's 28 years old, like I said, got 1 year left. He had a great year last year. If he can replicate that exact same year, it's going to be Zach Parise, and it's going to be either Paul Bittner or it's going to be, where is he, Ty Ratty. So he's going to have pretty decent wingers. Okay, I like this trade. I do like Matt Duchene a lot. We have to get rid of Alex Galchenyuk. I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to keep Evgeny Malkin. They have it in them. I know they do. We're going to keep the vets. We're going towards the Stanley Cup. This is the year to do it. We're doing it. I don't care. I know some people are going to think it's a bad idea, but we're doing it. I do not even care. So I think we can get a small prospect, not someone too crazy. What's this guy looking like? Dallas Haynes. He's decent, I guess. 66 overall, 3.5 stars. Another defensive prospect. I kind of like a center prospect. Is there anyone? Hardy. What's this guy looking like? Owen Hardy, 3 stars, 68 overall, 6th round pick. Maybe that defenseman's a better option, or maybe another winger. This guy's not bad. Look at his agility, 99 overall. Oh my god. Gabrielli? I think it's Gabrielli. I'm pretty sure anyways. This guy's not bad. We're going to have to re-sign him. He's 22 years old. Maybe we could squeeze him in. Matt Duchene and Jesse Gabrielli for Alex Galchenyuk. Chucky, I'm sorry, buddy. It could never really pan out here. Good luck, though. I wish you the best. Good luck in the Motor City. Matt Duchene, are you coming to Washington? No. Okay, they don't want to give up that other prospect. Honestly, I think Duchene for Galchenyuk would go straight through, but I mean, Galchenyuk's quite an upgrade from Matt Duchene. Could I get someone else, maybe? I don't want to just do a one-for-one trade. I want to get someone with a little bit of potential. I mean, a little bit at least. Owen Hardy, he's a centerman. We need more center prospects. Will that go through? There you go. I am happy to accept this proposal on behalf of the Detroit Red Wings, and we consider it a done deal. Thank you very much, Ken Holland, the GM over there in Detroit. Thank you very much. Happy with that trade. It's going to be Malkin, and it's going to be Matt Duchene. Duchene adds a lot of speed. He put up almost 20 more points than Alex Galchenyuk did last year, so that's a win for us. I'm happy with that. Galchenyuk gets to be a first liner that he should be, so I'm very, very happy about that. So now let's go ahead here. Let's pick a centerman. I want to pick another center. Dmitry Mornov. I don't want to go with the Russians. Randy Fata. He might not be too bad. 18 years old. He's from Poland. A Polish NHL player. That's kind of cool. Let's go for the Polish. Let's go for the Polish guy. Randy Fata, welcome to Washington. There you go. We have the 11th pick in the second round. Let's go ahead and pick someone there, and then we will call the draft as is. I want to pick a defenseman, Fedor Gordev, who's 6'6", 205. That guy's a beast. 6'6", 205, 20 years old. I really like him, actually. I said I wanted a defenseman, and there he was. Let's pick him. There you go. He's a Canadian, and that's going to do the draft for us. That is all she wrote. So I'm very, very happy with how that just turned out. I think we're stronger, and I'm very excited to see about free agency. If we could get a Drew Doughty or an Erik Karlsson, could you imagine having Sergei Zubov and Erik Karlsson on one line? We need people to put up points, okay? Malkin and Zubov cannot do it all. We need to surround ourselves with players who can produce. So we're going to say goodbye to Joe Pavelski. Alex Edler, we are going to re-sign, but maybe for a trade and sign, or sorry, a sign and trade, something along those lines. But we'll cross that bridge when we get there. Matt Duchene wants $5 million for 4 years. I love that contract. $20 million. There it is. Welcome to Washington. Matt Finn is a defenseman who is kind of interesting because he doesn't really fit, but he kind of does. So as of right now, our defensive core is going to look like Zubov, Polka. As of right now, I'm not saying this is exactly how it's going to be, but as of right now, it's going to be Zubov and Vili Polka. Then it's going to be Edler and Noah Hannafin. It's going to be Matt Finn and Soyarvi. But we have Zibril coming up, who is going to be NHL ready for next year. So what I think I'm going to do is maybe we'll just go ahead and we'll trade Finn. We'll sign him and then we'll trade him. We'll do a little sign and trade deal here. But he is a defensive defenseman, which I do like. I believe all of our guys are offensive and two-way. You can see here Zibril's two-way, offensive, two-way. So that's kind of interesting. But we'll see what's happening in free agency. Maybe we won't even go ahead and get Erik Karlsson or Drew Doughty. But we are going to have the cap space to do it, so why not, right? Matt Finn already gave you a contract. Yes, all these guys can just go ahead and be re-signed. Brendan Lindbergh is going to be the guy on our fourth line this year. Eric Cornell, yeah. All you guys can be re-signed. And how is our draft picks doing? Paul Bittner, we got to re-sign. He could be 86 overall next year. That'd be kind of cool. I'd like to see him grow. Jesper Lindgren, we got to give you a contract. Randy Fata, he was the first overall draft pick, 25th overall, 60 overall. He is a project. That's definitely for sure. There you go. That is a good pick. Fedor Gordev, 67 overall, two-way defenseman, 4 gold stars. I love that pick. What a beast. What a beast. Okay, I'm stoked on that. 69 overall. Where this guy can come from. He was a third-round pick, so that's pretty nice. A Swede, baby. There you go. 69 overall. That's pretty decent. Now, the only player left to re-sign is Julio Billa, so we're going to go ahead and give him a contract. 2.6 for 2 years. See, if we lock him up long-term, he's going to want more money, so he is going to grow. I'm happy with let's give you 4 years at $3.5 million. Because I put my trust in Julio Billa. There you go, 3.555. There you go. Julio Billa is going to be the guy. He is going to be the main goaltender on this team. And if we lost in the first round against the New York Islanders because of our goaltending, it's not going to be like that next year. Julio Billa is going to be a bona fide starting goalie in the NHL next year. Matt Duchene, $5 million, perfect. Edler's back, Matt Finn's back, Paul Bittner, everyone's back, blah, 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 perfect. We only have $7.6 million, but I do have to sign Matt Finn. I wasn't just going to let him go, sorry, I have to trade him. I wasn't just going to let him go to a free agency for nothing. I'd rather sign him and then trade him, maybe for a pick, or we'll kind of see if we need like a third liner or something like that. Maybe we'll need like a fourth liner that I can just go trade Matt Finn for. We're not going to give a re-sign to our backup goalie in the AHL. What I want to do though is I want to go ahead and see what's happening in the free agent market. Is there any big fish available? Who is it going to be? Ooh, okay, Erik Karlsson is not available. He's not there. He's not there. Okay, so that's interesting. I was hoping one of them would be there, but it's not, unfortunately. So our defense is going to stay the exact same. The reason I was so hyped up and actually considering he was going to be in free agency is because I did off camera and I quickly checked who was going to be in free agency, and he was there. So that's kind of what my plan was. But now that plan's out the window, which kind of sucks, and I don't think we're going to be a player in free agency this year. That's shitty. I thought he was going to be there, but unfortunately, he is not. He is not available. A lot of pretty decent defensemen, but no one, no big fish. No Erik Karlsson. He was obviously re-signed. So that sucks. That kind of screws up my plan. I almost thought for sure he was going to be there, but unfortunately he's not. So let's have a look at what our team needs and if we can find that in free agency. Okay, so going into next year, our team is looking like this. Malkin, Drouin, Nino Niederreiter. I love that line. It's awesome. Now, the second line is going to be Matt Duchene, Zach Parise, and either Paul Bittner or Ty Rattie. I would like to get a 86, 87 overall for the second line, but if Paul Bittner can be that power forward, that kind of Milan Lucic-esque top six player for us. I'm not saying he's exactly like Milan Lucic, but kind of a bigger presence out there, maybe get you 15, 20 goals, but also kind of have some more beef and have some more grit than Zach Parise and Matt Duchene have. So I'm hoping he gets up to 86 overall next year. That'd be kind of awesome. And then it's going to be either one of the two, Paul Bittner or Ty Rattie, Victor Rask, and okay, so we need to go get a third liner now that I'm looking at it, a third line winger. So we can go ahead and trade Devon Shore, and we can go ahead and trade Matt Finn, because what's going to happen is our defense is going to look like this: Zubov, Polka, Edler, Hanifin, and then the two young guys. So Matt Finn is kind of the odd guy out, unfortunately. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to go and get a pretty decent third liner. Yeah, you can see here Erik Karlsson was re-signed for only $7 million for 3 years. So that sucks. I was hoping he would have became a Washington Capital, but that was not how it panned out, unfortunately. So now we need a third line winger, maybe a two-way forward. I'd like not a sniper. We need a two-way forward, and I think we're going to be able to get that with what we have offered on the table here, maybe even like another pick. So let's go ahead and see, like a player like Brock Nelson would kind of be perfect. A big power forward, 18 goals last year, plus 12, 1 year left on his contract. I like Brock Nelson. I just want to have a look here to see if there's going to be anyone else available before I pull the trigger. So let me have a look around the NHL, and I'll be right back. Okay, I think my search is over, and I didn't have to go very far. I just went over 2 spaces to Buffalo, and I think it's going to be Jake Henderson. Look at this guy. Power forward, 85 overall. Skating category, 99, 99, 86, 90, 91. Physical category isn't really there, except for his durability is ridiculous, 99. This guy is a beast. Yeah, I really like Jake Henderson. He can even maybe play second line minutes next year, and we could have Rattie and Paul Bittner on the third line. Yeah, I think I just fell in love with this player. Jake Henderson, he was a second round pick. He's still on his entry level deal. I love, oh man, I am in love right now. Okay, so that might be able to make it go through straight up. It may be a little bit too much, but if we could get a big power forward like Jake Henderson, that could be exactly what we need. Will that go through? Perfect. I don't even care. We get rid of 2 players that we didn't even need, and we're ready to go, baby. We have $10 million in cap space. Is there anyone who we could sign? This guy looks pretty decent. 4 stars. I don't know why we wouldn't go ahead and give him a contract. Marco Mueller, no. Askew, will give him a contract. Just some players to play in the AHL for next year. Robert Hagg, no. Joel Armia, no. I want some young guys. I want the 22-year-olds, the 21-year-olds. Durta, Aaron Durta, Aaron. That guy was actually an RFA, so we didn't even give a contract to him. Goaltenders, they're going to be, yeah, I kind of knew this was going to happen. Look at all these stud goaltenders that are in the NHL right now. Oh my god. I am going to get one, though. I'm going to get one that is only for the backup role, and I'm not going to get someone who's going to be, 89, 90 overall in a few years. I'm going to get another 4 Green Star goalie, and that's Artu Kolmala. Kolmala? Yeah, that's how you pronounce his name. Kolmala. Okay, 83 overall, backup goalie. Welcome to Washington. The Finn, baby. There he is. And I think we're pretty much done. I'm excited for how this year is going to turn out. I think we're a much better team than when we were when we got kicked out of the first round. I think we're much better. Askew's here, yes, and yes. We got our backup goalie. We got our third liner. Jake Henderson. That's great. We made a few trades in this episode. I think we are a much better team, like I just mentioned, than we were when we got bounced in the first round. So let me go ahead and jump all the way to the start of the regular season, and then hopefully we are going to have a strong run this year. I'm feeling confident. We're a better team than we were last year. I'm stoked. Our owner says, I just want to welcome you back for another year at the helm of the Washington Capitals. I was a bit surprised by your actions or lack thereof. Are you kidding me? Or whatever. Our owner's an idiot. I just did so much for this team. Get out of town. Don't even worry about it. Okay, so let's go ahead and first things first. What's that about? The Capitals want to hear what the return is for Zach Parise? No, I don't. He's our captain. He's staying here. Shut up. Everyone's pissing me off right now. All right, let's have a look at this team. We are a better team than we were before, and I'm confident in saying that. Have a look at this squad. Okay, so first things first, we're missing a few players. As I can quickly see, we are missing a few players, and that is going to be Jake Henderson. And okay, so let's have a look now at our team. So Nino Niederreiter, Evgeny Malkin, Jonathan Drouin. That line should produce. I'm expecting it to produce. The second line, Zach Parise, Matt Duchene, and Jake Henderson, or it's going to be Ty Ratty. You can see here Paul Bittner is 86 overall. Okay, no, I'm going to put Jake Henderson on the second line. He's a right winger. He kind of fits in there perfectly. I'm interested to see how he's going to do. I love that trade, though. I think that was a wicked trade for us. Jake Henderson getting a young power forward, a big guy, 6'2", 206. I'm stoked on that. Matt Duchene obviously had a great year last year. He brings a lot of speed that Galchenyuk didn't have, and I think he's a much better player than Alex Galchenyuk. Just does not have the overall. Zach Parise, obviously right there, he's now 88. He dropped 1 overall. He did have the 45 goals last year. He had a ridiculous year. And it's going to be Paul Bittner, Victor Rask, and Ty Ratty. Again, this is all subject to change. You guys can let me know. Dwight King, Lindbergh, who is an 83, so he jumped up quite a bit. That's pretty cool to see. Like I said earlier, it's pretty cool to see a 3-star player get into the mid-80s. And then Matt Martin, the newest Toronto Maple Leaf, very expensive Toronto Maple Leaf. Let's have a look here at the defense. Oh man, Ville Poka. Good thing we didn't go out and get another top-end defenseman, because Ville Poka is the man. 91 overall. I was just stoked on Eric and Carlson, but didn't pan out that way, and that's totally fine. A lot of two-ways, though. A lot of two-ways. I'm a little bit worried about that. There is that. And then the goaltenders, look at that. Exactly what I'm talking about. Julio Billa, 87 overall, shutting all the critics up. You guys don't even know what you're talking about. There you go, baby. Julio Billa, what a beast. And now we got this guy, actually, who's right on his tail, 85 overall. Actually should have signed an AHL goalie, which I may go ahead and do right now. But Julio Billa and Kumala, those are our top 2 in the cage. And you guys can let me know about power play, all that good stuff. Let me know if I should change anything. Should I put Henderson on the power play. I love that Henderson guy, man. I think he's going to do really, really well for us. Jake Henderson, let me know what we're going to do for power play, penalty kill, all that good stuff. But like I said, I think we're a much better team than we were before. We need to go ahead and get a AHL backup goalie. Someone young, Tyler Parsons. No, maybe. Tyler Parsons might not be that bad. Yeah, you know what? We're going to go ahead and give you a contract. You're going to be the starter in the AHL. Hope you're okay with that. 4.5-star guy. All those goalies in free agency are ridiculous. Let me go ahead and get him signed, put him on the team, and then we're going to call this one an episode. Perfect. Welcome to the squad, Ty Parsons. You're on the squad. Now I got to go ahead and put everyone in their AHL positions. There you go. Jacob Lapierre is 80 overall, so that's nice to see. This is kind of like a new age, you know? It's a new age, new look Washington Capitals. This is a nice player in Jacob Lapierre. He's big, 6'3", 229. He's a tank. I'm excited for what he's going to bring to the table. We're starting to, you know, change the look of this team. We got the Lapierres, the Hendersons. We got the big defenseman that we drafted. Where is he? Is he even starting this year? No, I think he's actually in the CHL. No, he's right there actually. 69 overall. He's a beast. You know, we got actually wait for 6'6". His physical category is shit. I don't know how that adds up, but that's what I'm thinking about this team. It's a new look. It's a new age in Washington. We're going to be much more successful than we were last year. So thanks for watching. I'm excited for how this is going to go, and I will see you guys in the next one.